Hello gorgeous soul friends, welcome to my channel, Madame Devoe. Thank you so much for tuning in and for allowing me into your wondrous experience today. So I've had a ton of people ask me to make a video on crystals, but I feel like I wouldn't really be doing crystals any justice if I didn't bring up the concepts of mineral consciousness and crystalline technology. So I'm going to be kind of compiling these topics into one video so that you can kind of get a crash course into what crystals are and how you can use them on a metaphysical level to improve your life situation. It's super crucial to the progression of humanity that we embrace minerals as conscious beings who we can develop harmonious relationships with, much like plant consciousness or the consciousness of small animals. Just because it's different from our own, we automatically affiliate it with something lesser or something even non-existent because it's not expressing itself in the same way that we express our own consciousness. And this is a very limiting belief because you can actually utilize the consciousness of these minerals to assist you on your path. So crystalline technology is an extremely powerful form of tech, and it appears useless because we don't really know how to use it as a collective. We've forgotten how to use crystal as technology. Well, overall. I mean, quartz is still used in computer chips, but I'll get into this in a little bit. Using synthetic technology with these crystals actually limits their full potential. So as we've disconnected ourselves from the earth and from nature and further integrated ourselves with synthetic tech, we have really disconnected ourselves from organic technology. There's a lot of ancient dormant technology that we just don't know how to use. So a perfect example of this concept of dormant magic is, I don't know if some of you guys might be gamers like myself, the video game Skyrim. When you go into the Dwemer ruins, they have all of this dormant tech that can't be activated unless sometimes using magic or programming them with soul gems. So a lot of the tech in the ancient Dwemer ruins is extremely advanced because it's programmed with crystalline technology, the soul gems. Now there's truth in every myth. And another great form of media that kind of brings in this concept of dormant magic is Onward by Pixar. It uses this Dungeons and Dragons type of game that has a lot of magic, which is actually ancient real life magic that can be applied in real life situations with enough faith. So crystals can be used interchangeably between the physical and non-physical dimensions. Crystals work by transmitting strong vibratory frequencies that dominate your own and make you a match for certain experiences that are resonant to the energy of the crystal. If you don't believe they work, then unfortunately the extent of their power is not going to be accessible to you. Much like in the movie Onward, when Ian is trying to walk on thin air and he's only able to successfully do it when he believes he can. The strongest component behind successful matrix manipulation is belief. It is the same concept with crystals. If you do not believe that they work, then they're not going to work for you. You have to allow yourself to surrender your ego and, allow yourself to believe that you are not knowing of everything. And just because something is not expressing itself in a way that makes sense to you and makes sense to your conscious third dimensional mind and what you've been taught since you were a child, such as crystals just being no more than rocks with no consciousness, no importance. They're just pretty. Because that's what we've been taught throughout our lives, is that rocks are nothing more than rocks. But in reality, there is a much deeper meaning to them that the ancients believed. And because of the fact that the ancients believed this, they were able to access much deeper knowledge about the world around them than we can today. So you can consciously program these crystals to help you with certain things like manifesting love or improving your intuitive abilities or protecting you. Just like in many fantasy games, such as Skyrim, you can actually enchant certain items and give them special abilities using soul gems, like 10 plus protection or charisma for bartering success. You can do the same to crystals. But even if you don't program them with a specific ability, they each have their own collective archetypal associations, which will make them naturally more resonant to certain frequencies. So this is why crystals each have their own properties that you can look up online, because over time these crystals become affiliated with certain purposes and they begin to hold that energy as a result of collective intention. So by me holding this rose quartz crystal, which is naturally affiliated with love and self-love and compassion, my energy is going to naturally match the energy of the crystal because it's stronger and more dominant than my own. And therefore, because of the fact that I'm holding this, I'm more likely to experience things and manifest experiences that are related to love, kindness, and compassion. So maybe I'll go out today and meet the love of my life. You never know. Watch it actually happen. Or it can be something as simple as feeling more love for yourself, or embracing more people who are loving towards you, even if it's strangers being more friendly to you. You know what I mean? It can manifest in many different ways because the matrix is so complex. If you are not going to program it with a specific intention, just know that it is still influencing your energy and allowing you to manifest certain things that are related to the collective intent of this crystal, which is why specific intentions are key for manifesting specific scenarios. So if you wanted to use this to specifically manifest a lover, then you could program that intention into this crystal. You have the free will to consciously program these crystals with any intent that you want, but just know that utilizing the collective intent can really add jet fuel to your own intention. So part of the original purpose of the crystal was to assist the soul in its journey as an incarnated being in the 3D Earth matrix. So the crystal would act much like a Horcrux from Harry Potter. It would store pieces of information from the soul, which would eventually be rediscovered in another life to give access to that same soul, the memories and the information from the previous lifetime. You could really say that crystals are external hard drives for spirit matter storage. It would be like if someone programmed a crystal in one lifetime with specific knowledge and information obtained from that life, and then that same crystal standing the test of time and finding that soul in another lifetime through the web of synchronicity. Now, when used consciously, these technologies can allow a human to move throughout space and time. This is why many extraterrestrial encounters report interdimensional travel and teleportation, because these beings are working with crystalline technology. They're using their organic computer. That's why they don't need machines or engines to get from one place to another. So the highest form of ancient advanced technology was actually organic and of the earth. And by further integrating with synthetic technology, we actually limit our ability to interact with this organic tech. We think that technology is something that is separate from us, but we ourselves are actually tech. Remember, all computers were modeled after the one inside your head. And with enough honing of your extrasensory perception, your consciousness can do anything a computer can do, plus more. And if you're interested in developing psychic perception, I do have a video. I'll list it somewhere around here so you can check it out in your free time. Crystals work by holding data. So it's essentially storing memories so that you can reactivate those memories and utilize them in your current situation whenever you need them. In fact, the earth itself holds memory. All of the minerals within Mother Earth herself transmit energy to us so that we can remember who we are when we come down into these 3D vessels. We're basically just living on a giant floating crystal ball. And this is why you frequently see conscious individuals referring to the earth as a she and interacting with her from a place of love and compassion, because she is a feminine mineral body who is highly conscious and aware. So people in the conscious community often see technology as something to be feared rather than something to be embraced. And this can actually be a really harmful ideology, because technology isn't necessarily something that is bad. It's just something that we need to use in harmony with Mother Nature. And it's currently not being used in harmony with Mother Nature. It's seeking to dominate nature rather than live in balance with it. I understand where this ideology comes from, but it's important to see tech as something to be refined rather than something to be feared, because there is a place of balance we can come to with technology and nature. But that is the conclusion of this rather short vlog. I just wanted to touch on the importance of crystals, and I think it's important to recognize the depth that's behind this. It's more than just a hobby to collect crystals. These things can actually help you along your path if utilized correctly. What is a miracle that you feel you've manifested through using crystals? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any other tips that you feel I left out, there's so much information on crystals even beyond what I touched on in this video. This is to just really get your feet wet and kind of integrate you a little bit into crystalline tech and mineral consciousness. But that is all I have for you today. Take care and have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.